Good morning, very much. Dr. Debashish, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Good morning,
shall we?
Aniket.
Yes, sir. Yes. Good morning, sir. So, shall we proceed, sir?
Yes, yes, sure.
Okay, okay. Good morning to everyone. Now, I invite Mr. Nitesh Nema to chair this session. So, over to you, Nitesh, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Manisha. And good morning, everyone. I am Nitesh Nema, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, LCIT Bilaspur. I welcome you all the participants and our eminent speaker in today's session, Dr. Devashish Das, Day 2, Session 3. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Devashish Das and share their thoughts and knowledge. Over to you, sir.
So, good morning, Aniket sir.
Good
Uh,
morning, sir. Very good morning.
yes, good morning. So, good morning, all of you. So, today I'll discuss the deep learning for the smart cities. Okay, or deep learning for basically means anomaly detection or urban anomalies for means urban anomaly detection using deep learning or deep neural network type of concept, and which can the basically benefit means which how this type of challenges uh, basically occur in the case of smart cities, and how we solve those challenges or issues. Okay, this is the main theme for this talk. So just a minute, I'll share my screen.
Are you?
My screen is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good morning, all of you. So now I'm going to present this deep learning for urban computing. So this is a new topic and as well as the interesting topic for our society. And this urban computing is which is basically related to the smart city concept. Okay. And anomalies mean some abnormal behavior. Okay, so I'll explain all these things. So what is the actually problem? How the deep learning play the important role to solve the some challenges which is occur in the case of urban area. Okay, those challenges means basically there is a challenges related to the accident. There is a challenges related to the traffic congestion. There is a challenges related to the crime. There is a challenges to the air pollution or pollution. There is a challenges related to the more energy consumption. So any type of challenges, how we solve this problem using the urban computing and or using the deep learning concept. Okay, so what is the urban computing? So, and this is the basically first understanding the what is urban. So first I'll explain the basic understanding about the urban computing. Then the what is urban anomaly? Anomaly means basically the which is create the some problem in the case of urban area. Then how we identify those anomalies or abnormal event, and or through the machine learning or through the deep learning, and we can detect and predict those anomalies. And what is the benefit? Benefit is and the government basically the benefited in the terms of economical losses, and we can create the based on this prediction we can create the urban planning. Okay, we can reduce the number of pollution. Okay, and also the living style also the more efficient and as well as the effective. Okay, so just so this is the urban computing is in the process of acquisition, integration, and analysis of big and heterogeneous data generated by the different sources. Okay, so this data is generated through the mobile phone. There is a possibility. there is a possibility from the sensor, there is a possibility from the vehicles, there is a possibility from the building, there is a possibility for the different type of devices. Okay, devices, and also as well as the like the through the your some access card also. Okay, and to tackle the major issue that is faced in the smart cities. So what are the issues? This is related to the air pollution is issues, increase the energy consumption is on the issues, traffic congestion also the issues. Okay, so this is the basically concept for the urban computing. So urban computing is a process which is on the basically integration and analysis of the different types of the data generated from the different sources, and based on those data our objective is basically solve the some major issues in the smart cities or our societies in the case of urban areas, and those issues using the your deep learning and or machine learning is basically responsible for solve those issues. This is the basically concept. Now urban computing is aimed to tackle these issues by using of the using the data has been generated in the smart cities. So what are the data like the in the through the sensor we can collect the data which is in the traffic related data, or some human mobility data through the GPS connection we can track or we can collect the some human mobility data. Okay, some geographical data using the some GPS based concept XY coordinate we can collect the geographical data. Okay, same thing for the some like your in the metro station we are using the some metro card. So for the travel card is responsible for the check the human mobility also during the office hour, during the other time also, or weekend or weekdays. Okay, so these are the basically concepts. So urban computing is responsible for the solve these issues. Okay, based on the data, those data is collected through the different devices or diverse type of devices. There is a possibility mobile phone, there is a possibility sensor, there is a possibility devices. Okay, and so what is the general urban computing framework? So this is the overall thing. This is the new research area, and large number of public and private organizations working on it. Large number of companies also working on it. Okay, and we are. It is not fixed that you are only facing. You want to solve the only single problem. You can create the multiple problem. This is the big area. You can create the multiple problems. You can create, identify the some important issues, and you can solve this thing. Though this is just example. So you can identify the multiple issues also. Okay, so here what is the ground level? Ground level you mentioned the different type of sensor, different type of devices, different type of mobile phone, car, and all these things we can those are the diverse devices. We can collect the data from those devices. Okay, from the sensing or based on the crowd sensing, based on the mobile sensing, so we can collect the data from the diverse environment. So what are the data? Data means some data is related to the traffic, some data is related to the parking station, some data is related to the your human mobility, some data is related to the your flight related data. So multiple data. Then from those data, based on the some features, we created the some databases. Okay, these are the means we created, or as well as this based on the this urban computing, we can create the multiple databases with the some characteristics like your social media data. We can create the some information, some data set which is in the social media data where the social media related informations are available.
Hello, hello, sir. Devasis, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is your slide is not movable, sir? Means I think some of the slides are not changeable, sir. It is not changing, I think.
This is second slide or this is?
No, sir. I think it has been stuck, sir. The slide is from one slide only. It has not been forwarded to the second slide.
Okay, okay. Stop.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. It's.
Okay, so again, I'll share this screen. Now it's visible.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
And it's also moving.
Yes, sir. No, yes, sir. It's now moving, sir. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, sir. It's now moving, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So now this is the basically the first is in the ground level is in the data collection based on the different diverse devices. Okay, so devices means different type of sensor, IoT devices, and some other devices as well as the vehicles. Okay, we can collect the data, and then based on this data, we can create the multiple data sets. Okay, so based on the features, based on the some relationship, like in our database management system, or in the case of databases, we create the table based on the some features. So here also, so we can create the data database or create the data set based on the traffic related information available, which is collected from the environment. Then it is traffic data set. Road related information available, which is in the road network data set. Point of interest means basically POI data set means basically the this data set is related to the some like shopping mall related data, which is then the interested for the people. Okay, then restaurant related data. Okay, so what are the restaurant and this information? So these are the point of interest. Okay, same point of interest means there is a possibility also the your movie center. Okay, also that there is in the point of interest. So like this type of data we can create from the collected data. We can create this type of data sets. Okay, and then based on this data we can manage the data. So we can check the spatial, temporal, okay, and as well as the streaming data, graph data management. So multiple management thing. Then we analyze the data. How we analyze the data? This is the main important thing for the in our work. Deep learning and machine learning is play the important role for the analyze the data or detection and prediction something. Okay, based on this data. Okay, so like we create the data set, we represent the data set based on the different concept. Then we can apply the some machine learning or deep learning concept. Okay, then using the machine learning and deep learning concept, what are the problem we can solve? Just I explained initially, we can solve the some problem which is under traffic congestion. We can solve the problem how we plan our city. So there then the improve the urban planning. We can solve the problem related to the energy consumption. We can solve the problem reduce the air pollution, or we can solve the problem any types of problems. Okay, so in this talk I'll explain the two things, means two problems. First one is basically the your this traffic congestion problem as well as the your crime problem. Okay, crime thing. Okay, so now traffic congestion and crime is on the traffic congestion means using the deep neural network concept or deep learning concept, and as well as we are using the sum of the data sets. Okay, so from the audience, which data set is responsible for the like accident prediction? If we want to concentrate on the detect the accident or predict the accident, control the traffic. Okay, and so then which data sets is a suitable data set from this data set? Any idea you have? Which data set is suitable for this in the case of accident prediction or traffic prediction? Any idea from the audience? So these are the data set. So which data set is more suitable for the accident prediction or traffic prediction? Any idea from the audience? It is both way communication, so somehow you have to reply. You can say through the chat box also. Okay, so traffic and accident related data set means here basically we have the traffic data set and road data set. These two is on the important data set, as well as we also include the point of interest data set, because this traffic is due to the point of interest also, because if the more number of people want to go the movie theater or want to go your restaurant during the weekend, then there is a possibility more traffic. If the more traffic, then there is a possibility the more congestion. Okay, so then in general we can use the traffic data set, we can use the POI data set, we can use the road network data set for the traffic prediction, for the accident prediction. Okay, same thing if we are using the something related to the crime, so we have to create the some data set which is basically related to the information related to the crime, then we can predict. Okay, so this is the basically whole concept for this urban computing. So our objective is here that we have to apply the some data mining or machine learning or deep learning concept, which is basically solve the some challenges. Those challenges is related to the traffic prediction, related to the accident prediction, related to the traffic, related to the urban planning. Okay, so now what is so this is the urban computing. Now in the urban computing, okay, some event are the basically good. Okay, some event are basically somehow it is not like the good event. Okay, so this is known as the urban anomaly. So urban computing, what is the urban anomaly? Is an the abnormal event. Okay, like the more congestion, like the crowdsourcing, like the road accident, like the natural disaster, crime. These are the not a normal event. So that's why we represent that this is an the urban anomaly. So in the urban computing, we define this is an the urban anomaly means this type of event if occur, this is the urban anomaly. So our objective is we mention the in the issue any issue in the case of urban computing which is urban anomaly that is caused the disturbance in the society. So like in the case of road accident which is disturbance to our society, and then the crime also which is disturbance to our society. So our objective is we have to identify this type of abnormal event or urban anomalies using the urban computing concept, and there is a possibility after this type of event if occurred, then the worst case may cause the loss of the property as well as the life. Okay, so our objective is in this talk the prediction of these anomalies at the early stage may prevent from the significant losses and help to the government maintain the urban sustainability. So prediction of those anomalies, this is our main job using the deep learning concept and in the early stage, and which is basically prevent the significant loss and help to the government for the sustainability. Okay, or for the urban planning, urban city planning. Okay, so now the prediction, what is the problem? If we want to predict and direct the any machine learning, deep learning algorithm, then the prediction is okay, no, because these are the challenges. The prediction of the different kind of urban anomaly is under difficult because they are dynamic in nature, because holiday versus weekdays, so the population is under different. Okay, so you are not directly apply the any algorithm. Okay, as well as the office versus shopping mall. So population in the office, okay, and a representation of the traffic of the office is totally different from the shopping mall. Presence in the various form, road congestion may be caused to the blockage of the some accident or something. So multiple events is there. So basically concept is we can detect the urban anomaly, but challenges is they are in the dynamic nature as well as the presence in the various form. Okay, so this is the challenges now. So in general, urban anomaly means abnormal events such as the congestion, okay, crowd gathering, road accident, natural disaster, crime. So now this urban data, if we collect the urban data and inside the urban data there is a urban dynamics. Dynamics means basically due to the dynamic nature or due to the various form. Then there is from the urban dynamics there is a possibility, due to the urban dynamic there is a possibility urban event. Okay, urban event means this is the in general the urban event means this is the accident or this is the crime. This is the concept in general. So our objective is first we collect the data. If data is already collected, then it's good. Or we can use some existing data set which is available in the online. Okay, then we can identify what is the urban dynamics from the data using the feature selection. And then we identify what is the type of event we want to predict. Then using some machine learning concept, we can predict. Using the machine learning concept, we can identify the dynamics as well as we identify the urban event. And this event is abnormal event or normal event both. Now, what is the problem? Problem is what kind of urban data are used and how they represent them in the data structure. Okay, somehow you collect the data, then you represent them through some representation. Okay, then what is the general detection and prediction mechanism already available? And what kind of abnormal event can be detected and predicted? Okay, so this is the general detection mechanism and prediction mechanism available. We have to check them. And then the urban, in the case of abnormal event, because this is not normal event and they have the dynamic in nature, they in the form dependent form. So that's why how can we predict them? Okay, so this is the challenging job and these are the general question. And first we represent them, then the traditional prediction we check, then we use some advanced prediction mechanism. Okay, so initially we collected the data from the diverse devices, then we can represent the two way of the data. Means data basically stored in the urban data. One is structured, unstructured. Structured means basically these are some general text data which is collected from the environment trip related data records. Okay, call data records. Okay, so all this data is structured, and social media data, these are the unstructured data. So we can use the both for based on our application. Okay, then data representation. Representation we can represent through the graph, represent through the point, represent through the mathematical concept like the matrix. Then these are the detection and prediction mechanism. We can detect through the spatial temporal concept. We can consider the urban dynamic pattern. Okay, and the prediction mechanism we can use the classification, regression. Now, urban anomaly is based on this mechanism, we can select or identify some appropriate mechanism, which is basically gives you the good performance as well as the reliable for this. So reliable for this solution. Okay, and as well as the adaptable for the society. Then through this mechanism we can predict the urban anomaly. This anomaly means either accident is anomaly, there is an anomaly means any other event, or there is an anomaly means there is a possibility the crime is also the anomaly. Okay, so now this is the whole thing in the case of urban anomaly analysis or urban anomaly prediction. So in the case of urban anomaly prediction, so first we collect the data and we create the data set. This is either structured or unstructured. Then we represent based on our requirement. We can represent them either point, square, sequence, matrix. Okay, and then we use the different detection and prediction model. Okay, we can select some model which is basically suitable for this type of data set. Then we predict some urban anomaly. This anomaly is in the traffic anomaly and as well as the your simple crime or road condition related or air pollution detection. Okay, energy consumption, all these things. Now the problem is, if you directly use any model like the SVM, or you can use the linear regression, then you receive some accuracy like the 70% or 75%. But this is not good for the society. So your accuracy level, at least you have to have the 95 or 90, and which is also gives you the better justification. So what is the problem? Problem is, here our data is not only the spatial and not only the temporal, as well as our data is both spatial, temporal, sometimes more with additional feature like the semantic feature, like the recurrent feature. Okay, as well as the there is the possibility your model is simple model is not compute the some hidden thing. Okay, so I'll explain the what is the hidden thing. So then that's why your in general prediction mechanism is not suitable for urban computing or urban anomaly detection or analysis. You can achieve something, but which is not suitable for correct prediction mechanism, and your losses is more. Okay, and as well as your accuracy level is less. So such type of system is not suitable for our society, which is not gives you the correct solution. Somehow gives you the some solution, but which is not correct. But these are the very important things. Okay, like the accident thing is very important thing, which is in the losses for the property, not only the property as well as the lives also. Okay, so this is how we consider and how we process this thing, and what are the extra parameter we have to include in our model, this, and which is gives you the better performance. Okay, so what are the challenges? Challenges is just I explained: dynamic in nature, data heterogeneity, sparsity, and hidden influence factor. Okay, like the traffic congestion, there is a possibility the influence factor you don't know, the traffic condition is bad. Okay, traffic condition is on the condition is too high, there is a possibility due to the repairing work, okay, and due to the bad weather or multiple hidden factor is there than the influence for the traffic congestion cause. Okay, now possible techniques. So in general, techniques is deep learning based methods for the urban anomaly prediction, graph based method, and hybrid method. In general, these three types of method is using for the urban anomaly and represent the data using the different data structure. Like, so now some of the technique, they only just I mentioned only consider the spatial information. Then we can use this CNN type of concept. Okay, for the for this prediction. Temporal information, this is related to the some approaches like RNN, LSTM. Okay, and spatial temporal transformer also, they some of the existing approach they are using the deep learning based concept for this prediction. But what is the problem? Problem is the accuracy level. And now the graph based methods is also available. GCN and TCN, these are the methods, as well as the hybrid method GRU. Now here, what is our objective? Our objective is somehow we detect the multiple abnormal event, and which is on the abnormal anomalies. Like here, we consider the weather data set and bike taxi data set, as well as the point of interest and weather condition. Okay, weather condition. These three data set, as well as the your urban anomaly is on the another data set. So this 4 data set, and based on this data set, we can easily identify the traffic control, traffic condition, and as well traffic prediction, as well as the accident prediction, both things. Okay, so here we are using the existing available online data set, because this is a research problem. So we are not focusing on the Indian perspective, we focusing on the some specific city, because they have the updated data set. And in the Indian perspective, what is the problem? The all data sets are not available. So that's why the accuracy level is in the very less. So we have to collect the data, or we can use the existing data set with the less accuracy. So which is not acceptable. So that's why, and some informations are not available, because in India, some information they created, that some data sets are available for the government. Okay, like the air pollution data set is available for the government side, but some data are missing, as well as the some parameters are missing, as well as the something they put through the manually. Okay, so somehow either we collect the data from the environment using the different type of devices. Okay, or we can use the some for research perspective, we can use the some foreign countries data for the for this feasibility test. So in this case, we using the New York City data set, and they have the urban anomaly data set and weather, and we consider that these 4 data set, and we mentioned these 4 data set is play the important role for traffic prediction and accident prediction. And if we predict the traffic and accident, then we can design or we can develop the better city planning or urban planning. Okay, so this is our objective. Now, in this model, if you check, so in general, we have the input layer, output layer, and hidden layer. Okay, here we use some more complicated and as well as the more number of layers, which is basically gives you the some specific parameter prediction. Because like there is a possibility, okay, these two data sets have the some relationship. Like some data is here in the bike taxi data set and some data in the urban anomaly, they have the relationship. So we have to, some dependencies is there. So we have to identify those dependencies. Same thing, this point of interest. So that's why we modified the internal structure, architecture of the model. So we added the some global attention layer, okay, for the establishing the some relationship. Okay, we also divided the different blocks, spatial computation purpose some block, temporal computation purpose some block, interaction block, which is basically the both thing. So multiple things we modified here, and we also consider the prediction block. Prediction block means which is basically your hidden layer, traditional normal hidden layer, like in your thing, which is gives you the prediction. But already we computed the something from the previous steps. Then we compute this one. Then finally we identify the specific anomaly occurrence or probability. Okay, same thing here also. This is the final. So this is our final data set. Then we use those data set like for this model. Okay, and then finally we predict the something. This is the basically whole concept. Now benefits is on the policy information. So we can, based on this data and based on this prediction, we can set the some policies. Okay, new policies. Okay, like the more traffic. So somehow we have to put the some policy or something, then how we avoid the traffic. Okay, people safety. And as well as like the accident, we can, from the data, we can predict the accident and then we can easily safety the, or we can detect the some accident. Okay, and urban planning. So then like the during the working hour, the traffic is too high. So somehow we distribute the traffic based on the traffic prediction. Okay, quality of service. So we can give the quality of service like the, in the case of Ola and Uber. So if any person want to travel through the Ola and Uber, so they can, if there is no traffic, they can easily travel within the specific time stamp or a specific time slot. Okay, so this is the overall concept in the case of urban computing. Okay, so now just I'll explain the new type of concept. Like in general, how we select the like all of you know the Ola Uber type of concept. So how they select the route? Any idea from the audience? How they select the route, shortest route? Any idea from the audience? Okay, first I reply that is some questions in the chat box. Yes, COVID for the, yes, COVID scenario also. We can consider the COVID scenario, but how you collect those data? Somehow you have to use the some app like the Arogya Setu or something. Then you collect the data, or you can use the government, request to the government for those data. Then you can predict the something, some abnormal thing, event or something, which is basically gives you the something like the somewhere the more congestion, okay, and which is basically there is a possibility the easily spread the virus or something. So you can then you can share the some information or something. Then you can plan or you can, government can plan the some use some planning concept or some rule or something like that, then easily you can solve the sum of the problems. So we can consider the COVID scenario also for the urban anomaly. Okay, like the some like normal zone as well as the abnormal zone with the more number of the COVID number of patients, or some similar type of problem you can identify. Okay, but you have to have the data. So either you have to the Aarogya Setu type of app or some other app or something you have to collect from the different from the hospital, or you can collect from the CoWIN portal or something. So you have to have the data. Otherwise, it is difficult. Okay, so then yes, abnormal anomaly detection, the based model. This is the based on the your problem statement. Okay, so problem statement means basically in general your problem statement, if you consider the traffic related information and somehow you have to also consider the road network, then there is a possibility that your model is suitable like the LSTM type of concept. But it is not for the all time, based on the your data and what are the features you want to retrieve and what type of problem you want to solve. Like we want to solve the problem route selection. Then there is a possibility the LSTM is not suitable. There is a possibility the deep neural network is unsuitable. Okay, and if we want to solve the problem of the traffic prediction or accident prediction, then there is a possibility then the multitask learning is then the more suitable approach. So multiple application, there is a possibility the multiple things, but you have to consider the what are the parameter and what is your feature selection. So all these things are depend, as well as you have to check the what are the baseline model. Okay, so you have to check. So this is the research area. You are there is a no, but in general, if you apply the LSTM as well as the like a deep neural network or multitask learning type of concept or GCN, okay, so then it gives you the those model gives you the better performance compared to the traditional state of the art. Means around you achieve the 85 to 90% of accuracy based on the GCN, okay, GRU type of concept. Because we divided the city into the region, and region means which is represented by a nodes. Okay. So now, okay, prediction block is basically the your simple hidden layer in the neural network. So hidden layer means first you have the some weight function or activation function which calculates the some value. Then if you want to increase the layer, so then the using the feedback or using the some your computation which gives you the better accuracy. So that's why we increase the number of layers. So prediction layer is simple. If you increase the number of layer in the prediction layer, then you achieve the more accuracy, or it is then the more computation type of thing. Okay, but somehow we have to tune the number of layer, because after some instance of the time, your accuracy level is somehow fixed, but you have to increase the layer. So then you stop after some instance of the time, after 5 layer, after 4 layer or something like that. This is basically prediction layer is in the simple your hidden layer like in the neural network. Yes. So data analysis, basically here the data analysis means basically we collect the data from the environment. So like means in the case of basically US, so New York City data set, they basically collected the data. They have the some setup in the junction point and with the sensors. So that's why they collect the data. Okay, and from this sensor, and then there is for the analysis purpose, we have to use some filter, some mechanism for retrieve some information, and then we create the one data set. So they created the one data set like the traffic data set, where the number of location information available, number of road user also available, number of cars, all these things are available. And we analyze the data, check the which parameter is suitable for route selection, which parameter is suitable for your some other accident prediction or something like that. So this is the basically analysis part. So we analyze this parameter. Also we check the what there is establish that there is any relationship between the first parameter and second parameter. So you have to check. So this is the basically data analytics. so this using cells, this concept, we can easily select the shortest path. Okay, but my question is, this algorithm is suitable for Ola and Uber because they are really apply some algorithm for their apps, and which is gives you the shortest path, and they are basically their business model is based on this shortest path selection. Okay, so these are the basically some salesmen we can use the reinforcement learning or some concept, but they are using the some similar type of concept, or what type of concept in general they are using. Okay, so neural network is then the activation function which is gives you the basically based on the your input and weight, which is gives you the output. This is the in general the activation function in the case of your any neural network or any type of machine learning model. Okay, activation functions gives you the calculate the value which is based on the your input x and as well as the your weight. Like in the case of yesterday talk, I mentioned that this thing, our output is, what is our output? Output is then the somehow calculate the stress level of a driver. So output is then the driver, this one, and what is the input and weight? Input is then the some features which is calculate the some stress level. Okay, as well as we give the some weight which is also mapped with the input. Okay, this parameter is play the important role for the stress calculation. So based on this parameter, if the parameter play the important role, and we can calculate the high stress driver, we can calculate the low stress driver. So activation function is responsible for calculating the output based on the your input and weight. Okay, so like in the case of Ola and Uber, what is their requirement? Their requirement is shortest path. So activation function, you calculate how we calculate the activation function means activation function is on the basically this is the your foundation. Okay, and this is available means you have to calculate the any output, like how we calculate the factorial. This is similar type of question. So factorial means you have to apply the some logic. Okay, factorial of a program, if you want to write the program for factorial, then you have to apply the logic. So same thing here, also you apply the some logic, which is, so in the case of our previous stress calculation, we are using the some logic, which is related to logic means some parameter which is directly related to the our stress. We also using the some Ola Uber follow the some map. Yes, good. So Ola Uber in general, they follow the basically Google Map, and from the Google Map, they have the one app, Ola or Uber app. They basically select the shortest path, okay, based on the distance, simple parameter. So please understand the problem. They're using the this thing, the shortest path, using the your using the distance or XY coordinate between the two point. Okay, so like one user want to book the from your Jodhpur city to IIT Jodhpur. So then there is an the XY coordinate point, based on the coordinate easily calculate the distance, and also Google Map, based on the Google Map, they also identify the what is the traffic condition. Okay, so based on the traffic condition and distance, they identify the which one is shortest. Okay, so this is in general Google Ola and Uber, basically they follow the same rule for the distance as well as the one parameter is like the your this thing, the traffic condition. But sometimes the the Google Map also not provide the some current traffic or some gap or something like that, some error is there, but in general they are follow. So that's why the Uber want to design the new map which is known as the Uber map. They are working on it. Okay, and so now my question is, this path is every time if you provide the based on these two parameter path, so those paths are basically for the all time it is not a suitable path. Okay, sometimes the so we can consider the some more parameter for the this path selection. Okay, so that's why we identified like the weather condition is that there is a possibility one parameter. Okay, for the path selection. Means we already consider the distance is a main parameter as well as the traffic condition also the parameter. Then third parameter we included the weather condition. Fourth parameter we included the road condition. Fifth parameter we included there is some abnormal event. Okay, some abnormal event means like the some function, some exam, ongoing exam, some something like the movie theater end time or something movie end time. So multiple parameter if we consider, which is gives you the better route. Okay, so here what is our objective? Our objective is route selection, not only the cost as well as we consider the risks also the parameter. So like the some route there is a possibility for the risks. Okay, like the crime type of thing. So we consider the not only consider the distance as well as the traffic, we consider the multiple parameters and for the route selection. Okay, so that's why this approach is like we recommend the route, the specific route to the driver, which is not only the shortest, okay, as well as the low risks, crime risks, as well as your road condition is good, as well as the weather condition. Also, we consider the weather condition. We also consider the environmental parameters. Okay, so this is the basically our objectives. So basically provide the crime risk our route recommendation. So we recommend the some route with the shortest as well as the low cost as well as the less risks. So what is the concept here? So here we are using the multiple data. Okay, because just I mentioned the not only simple data, we can consider the multiple data, which is basically gives me for the suitable route prediction and with the multiple parameter, because we consider not only the distance as well as the your the traffic condition. Okay, so that's why we are using the date, time, and this is environmental data. This is known as the meteorological data, and then the point of interest, taxi mobility. Okay, so multiple data and as well as the crime history. So crime history in general, this is the offline data. Okay, so they mention the specific location, what are the crime. So these data already available. Okay, so then we can use these data set and we can calculate the temporal feature, spatial feature, and the recurrence crime features. Okay, then we apply some model. Okay, so this is the ongoing work, and based on the model, we recommend some routes. Okay, which is in the basically the low risks as well as your more efficient route in the terms of cost. Okay, so this is the basically objective. So like this type of thing you can consider, and you can implement such new type of system, and which is basically help for the basically here such type of system which is benefited. We can reduce the traffic congestion, because if the efficient route selection means which is directly related to the traffic problem. Okay, as well as the companies, they are benefited because they optimize the cost, because all parameter we consider. So then there is a possibility cost also optimized, so they are benefited. Like in the case of Ola, Uber, they earn the more profit. Okay, then what is the third benefit in the case of traveler point of view? Okay, so means passenger point of view, they reach the specific destination with the specific time wise, or means with the less time. So these are the basically overall benefit. So but this feature selection and this data collection is a challenging job. Initially we concentrated on the New York City dataset, and now we are working on the Indian point of view. So we collected the sum of the dataset, we requested to the government. So requested the government, and government also provides some dataset. Ola and Uber also provides some dataset. but problem is their data set, some informations are missing. So we have to think the how we collect those information. Otherwise, we can implement. So we already implemented some device for the data collection also. So we have to think the how we distribute or deploy those devices in the city environment and collect the data. And those data is basically gives you the shortest path, not only in the terms of cost, in the terms of distance, in the terms of time, as well as the means low risk shortest path. Okay, so this is the basically overall concept. Okay, so these are the benefits for the urban planning, transportation system, environment, okay, or energy consumption also less because somehow if we select the shortest path, so then energy consumption also very less. Okay, so these are the basically multiple things. Okay, and some challenges, you know, the related to the data. Okay, and so that's it. So thank you. So any question, any query from the audience side?
Any query, participant? Any query?
Okay, so ML, you basically follow the, in the case of ML, there's an the Stanford Stanford offer the one course, okay, machine learning. So you can directly follow this course, and they have the slide as well as the video lecture. Okay,
Sir,
and slide is very important.
Video lecture we have to prefer for machine learning.
Yes, Stanford machine learning course. Stanford University offer the machine learning course, and they have the slides, they have the video lecture, all these things. Or you can follow the CMU also, Carnegie Mellon University, they also follow the same. So their material is very good, and they also provide you the very good means this thing, details and all these things are available.
Hello, is there any query?
So any query related to the topic or related to the machine learning or related to the some research or anything, if you have, then we can discuss. We have the time. Or just I'll share my mail ID in the chat box, so you can directly send me the mail if you have any doubts, any query. Okay, and this is a hot topic, so somehow you have to think what is the new type of problem, and then you work, and then you can share this problem to the BTech student for their project, or undergraduate and postgraduate student. Okay, they can also implement some idea, and they also think something. Okay, so which is basically good. And also like this type of thing, if you read the multiple, because there's a new research area like urban computing, urban anomaly detection. So if you think the new problem which is directly related to the Indian perspective, so you can work and you can submit some proposal, or you can write some paper, or you can send something which is basically for the BTech student, BTP project you can offer, or MTP project. Okay, MTech project. So which is basically gives you the some basic understanding, as well as the increase your technical depth or knowledge, as well as the advanced problem statement.
Okay, any query in regarding this session? Okay, thanks a lot for giving your time and knowledge. Wonderful session, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, participants. At 11:15 a.m. we will start our second session. So be ready at that time. At 11:15 a.m. Okay, and feedback link will be shared. Feedback link will be shared for this session again. Okay, so do not worry about it. Okay. Thank you, Debasi sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Okay. Dear participant, after at 11:15 a.m. we will start our next section. Okay. Okay. Good morning, Director sir.
Yeah, good morning, Manishji. Good morning to all the participants.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Amitji. Good, I think your sessions are going on nicely.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Niteshji. That's good that, it was our first FDP, but
Yes, sir.
you're doing it very well.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
what is the feedback of the participants?
Feedback of the participants are very nice, sir. They are actually very much interested in
Okay.
yesterday's session and today's session also.
They are super much excited, sir.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Actually,
It's
so
good
do
to
I am
know
also excited, sir, to attend the sir's FTPs.
Oh, I am my FDP.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, because of your bless, sir, it has been made, sir. Because of your guidance only, this much of things has been happening in our department and in our college also, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, director sir and everybody.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. Good morning, ma'am.
Good
How are
morning,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am?
I'm fine. I'm very much interested in all this knowledge, the sharing, the PPTs and everything. It's very nice going. Good going,
Thank
sir.
you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's because of all the team members, ma'am.
Right. Sure.
And the bless of our directors are also.
Yes, very true. Very true.
and
Okay, we are on one task only, improve the knowledge, our own knowledge and knowledge of the students. So we should be doing it as much as possible.
yes, sir.
By the way, the current has gone off, so I'm logging in,
Oh.
by an.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Because I have given a time, sir, of 11:15 a.m. So that's why they are going for something. So,
Can't join at 11:15, right?
yes, sir.
Small break. I
Yes, sir.
mean,
It's a small break, sir. It's a tea break actually.